Hey everybody, welcome back to HitPoint, an anime news show, a niche news show, a show where Baku and I talk about RPGs and anything and everything that catches our interest. We broadcast live Sundays at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We will be previewing some trailers, talking about rumors. We'll be taking a look at some new product releases and stuff. Some pretty cool stuff is just around the corner. And
right.
we will also be responding to questions and comments from last week, as well as responding to some of the super chats that roll in throughout the episode at the end of the episode. So make sure you
All the
stick around
super
for that.
chats. Heck yeah.
Yeah, man, I think I nailed that intro.
I think you did.
I'm
That was
feeling
great.
I'm feeling pretty dang
Feeling
on top
good.
of it today. You know, I feel great. How about you,
Getting
Baku?
a
How are you
whole
doing?
week of rest. I'm doing pretty good. I had a housewarming yesterday.
Hmm.
That's 2 years late. I've had this house for actually more than 2 years now. But pandemic and all that fun stuff.
Yeah,
So I just didn't
lockdown.
feel
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't feel comfortable having people over.
Yeah.
But we finally did it this weekend. It was as good as I imagined it. And that's like another thing that I can check off my bucket list. Like have my own place and actually have like a party at my own place.
Yeah.
That's been a long running dream of mine. So I finally accomplished that.
Well,
So yeah,
congratulations
thank you.
on 2 years belated of coming into your nice new home. Welcome home. It's
Yes, yes,
good to
yes.
have you there. So where were you, Baku? What happened last week? We didn't do a stream last night or last week. If
No,
actually
we didn't.
a lot of people might remember at the end of our last episode, we did we did actually say that there wouldn't be an episode that week, but
That's
then
true.
but then I forgot to send a reminder the week the Sunday of last Sunday, and I think a few people were a little bit
Oh
taken
no.
aback by that. Yeah, by the time I remembered that I was gonna send out a reminder, I was like, man, it'd be a good idea to send out a reminder. Oh, it's already 9:30. So little too late for that to matter, I guess.
So sorry for that. Yeah,
No,
no, I
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
Baku,
I went to
what
New York.
gives? Jeez.
I went to New York just to get away from the city for the
Hmm.
weekend. I had a friend who flew in from Canada.
Yeah.
We had some fun with a couple of my other friends up in New York. So, we
Ooh.
stopped by this one restaurant,
Yeah.
right? And anyone who lives in New York, in the city, should definitely give this restaurant a try. It's called Aoi Kitchen, like AOI,
Yeah, like
and then
blue.
kitchen. Yeah, like blue. Yeah, they serve like katsu, like the fried
Yeah.
pork cutlet, and I think they have like moko moko, which is kind of like a Hawaiian thing. They
Okay.
sell curry. They just specialize in these sorts of foods, and they're really good. They're really good. I've gone there, I think, like 3 times, and I've never been disappointed. So if you're up in New York and you're in the city, definitely give this place a try.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Well, I'll make sure to keep that in mind if I'm ever in the area. That way you can take me because we're definitely gonna go.
Let me know if you come by East Coast,
I
man.
got
Like
family in Pennsylvania,
you've said that since I've met
and
you.
I know, and other
That has
friends.
made no difference to your travel
Uh,
plans.
I it's been a rough couple years.
Mm, that
You
is
know,
true.
I mean,
That is true. That is true.
I have
We've
not
just
been
talked about
traveling
it.
as much as I would like to. So I still have aspirations though, and I've got more friends on the East Coast now than ever before. So I definitely need to make sure that I do at some point make it out that way. But
Yeah.
that's just everybody just shame me on Twitter until I finally visit Baku in person, please. Can we please get this done? Make Super Derek go to the East Coast, okay?
Also, I got ketchup chips from Canada.
Ketchup
Ketchup
chips.
chips. Yeah, that's the thing. Ketchup
Is
chips.
that a good thing?
It's really good. Ask all the Canadians. All the Canadians in the channel right now. Tell Derek about ketchup chips and all dressed.
Huh.
Tell them all about it.
Well, I guess I can't knock it because I mean we have ranch chips, right? And that's kind of like a weird thing for
Yeah.
other people. Uh,
Oh, ketchup chips is incredible. I'm so addicted. It's none funny. It's Painful. All dressed look good, man. You're biased. Go away. Ketchup Kit Kat. Oh my god.
Oh man, that sounds like an interesting new thing here. But
Ketchup Kit Kat. I'm gonna ask if ketchup Kit Kat's a thing up in Canada. I'm gonna request that next.
ketchup Kit Kats. What are you?
Ketchup Kit Kat.
Oh my gosh, no,
Yeah.
no, just mm,
No,
mm-mm,
no,
mm,
no.
mm.
I
Hey,
mean, Japan has all kinds of crazy flavors, and they're pretty good. So I don't know, and
I
I'm
mean, yeah,
gonna
maybe it's got a little
be
bit of.
open
I
minded, and
mean,
I'm gonna try it out.
all right. Let's break it down. Let's break that idea down a little bit. Kit Kat. So we got chocolate, right? It's got to be wrapped in
Yes.
chocolate,
Hmm.
some sort of wafer in the middle.
Hmm.
Ketchup. Ketchup is, basically tomato sauce and Worcestershire sauce
Mm.
at its base course. So you got a
Hmm.
fruit, fruit sure pairs with chocolate. Okay, sure. Oh, all right. Worcestershire, saltiness, I guess, a little bit of
Hmm.
umami, I guess, with chocolate. I sometimes okay, that might. Mm,
I mean, it could work with
I
white chocolate. When they do like crazy flavors, usually like a white chocolate base.
oh
So it's
yeah.
basically just sugar, you
Yeah,
know?
okay. And there's
Yeah.
plenty of sugar and vanilla
Ketchup.
often in yeah, ketchup. So it probably
It just tastes like ketchup and
just yeah.
wafers.
All right. Well, anyways, no thank you. I've
Okay.
entertained the idea long enough. My brain needs to relax. Anyways, hey, let's talk about some games. Baku, what have you been playing
Yes.
this week? Anything in particular?
I'm trying to get back into completing 13 Sentinels. I think I'm really close. I'm like 90% ish story wise, which is nice because the game actually tells you like to what percentage completion are you at, so you
Yeah.
can like better gauge where you stand with the game.
Hmm.
Uh, I chats told me about like one or two more of my streams, and I should be able to complete it. And then
Ooh.
after that,
So more like
we're
3 or 4 then.
no, 2 or 3 of my streams. For a regular person, it would be half a stream,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
So they're like, yeah, you're almost done. I'll give you like 2 streams with your pace. It'll be like 2 streams. So hopefully sometime this week we'll complete it. After that, I'm excited to start a new game, but we'll talk about that later. How about you, sir? What are you up to?
Well, we finished Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Mm.
We done finished it. We
How
finished it.
was that ending? How you feel?
Um, feels conflicted.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. It feels kind of bad. It's a tragedy. You know what? I'm not even gonna finish that. I'm not, because I don't want to. Because I know a lot of people out there haven't played the game. I mean,
Mhm.
I up until very recently hadn't played the game, and I don't want to ruin it, spoil it.
Yeah.
I don't want to royal it for anybody by
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
but it's
I
it's
think sad conflicted is already good enough. Like
uh
I get it. I know why you would be conflicted. You know,
yeah,
like I get what you're saying.
I'm in
Yeah.
a glass case of emotion, but
When are we gonna see a video though? When are we gonna see our Derek Yakuza video? What's going on?
that is the question, isn't it?
Mm.
Well, I'll tell you, I could and probably should make a review of it soon. I've already finished writing my review of Trails of Cold Steel 2, but I still got to recapture a lot of footage that was lost due to a
Oh
freak accident.
no.
Um, but maybe I don't know. Maybe it won't be so bad. I've already recaptured a lot of it. Hopefully, it's enough, but it's still just one more barrier to get over, in the course of making these videos. Um, but anyways, that is done, and I just this week released my review of Cold Steel 1. So
Mm.
I'm not sure what should I tackle next, because I've got Zelda that I played through and I need to do my review of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or should I do Yakuza Like a Dragon, or should I just go straight into Cold Steel 2 and just
Mm.
I know
Decision.
I've got a
Decisions,
backlog
man.
of reviews now, Baku. It is complicated being an RPG tuber. I'll tell you
I
that.
say Zelda, Cold Steel 2, then Yakuza.
Yeah, just do it
Break
in
it up a
order that
little
I've
bit.
played them
Yeah.
in. Probably not
Break
a
it up
bad
a little
idea.
bit. Yeah.
Well, and meanwhile, this week on Monday we just started playing Trails of Cold Steel 3.
Okay.
We're 2 streams in so far. So which is just about like 6-7 hours into the game. We're not super far yet, but it's there are some adjustments going on here. I need to adjust to it because it is not. Trails of Gold Steel 1 and 2 were like basically two parts of the same game. This has shifted gears quite a bit, and I'm still getting used to a lot of the changes that are occurring. Some of which I'm like, I want my old class 7 back. I don't know. I don't know who these jerkwads are. I think we'll get there, but it's just no. Hashtag not my class 7. Anyways, so that's what I'm struggling with this week. So if you're new, if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel, make sure you do it at twitch.tv/SuperDerekRPGs. Links in the description, right next to where you can follow Baku, twitch.tv/Bakusan JRPG.
Heck yeah.
Let's
go.
Well,
come see us.
I think it's probably good enough. We've dallied long enough. Let's start talking about some of the comments we got last week. Hey.
Yes, let's do that.
All right. Do you want to kick us off with this one here?
Robert? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it. So, Mr. Robert Luckhard says, it is an issue for Ryza 3 on PC as they have released updates for the issue. So yes, this is in reference to someone saying that they felt really sick at playing Ryza 3.
Oh
because
yeah, I remember that.
this motion blur and you can't turn it off. And I was asking whether or not this is like a PC exclusive issue or like did they just messed up and did that for like all the different versions. So it looks like it is a PC version issue and they have since released an update. So hopefully
good.
Whoever it was who was having issues no longer has the issue. Or if you haven't heard this, maybe go back and take a look and see if there are settings or something. Yeah. See if it's patched. Let us know.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yep.
Now we got one from Kill Repeat who said, just to avoid confusion, there is no Mega Man Battle Network 7. 1 through 6 with 2 versions of 3 through 6. My poor heart was like, is there a game I don't know about? Does Derek have special insider info? If you ever have to ask, does Derek have special insider info? Rest assured, the answer to that question is no. No.
Also, that's my fault. I had typed in 7 for some odd reason. I was like, what, 7? And I go back and look at the script. I went back to the website. It only goes up to 6. I don't know why I put 7. That was 100% my fault, so I apologize. But thank you for bringing it to our awareness, Kill Repeat. And also, if you find any things that we say that are just not factual, because chances are I messed up, let us know so that we can correct that. Thank you so much again, Kill Repeat.
Well, thanks for that clarification there, Baku.
Absolutely.
Everybody, just so you know, I am basically Ron Burgundy when looking over these show notes. I like Final Fantasy. It could say like Final Fantasy 32nd is coming out, and I'd be like, yeah, that's a thing. That's totally happening. So, speaking of which,
Derek's on his
Final Fantasy 32 has not been announced yet. I'm sure it's in the works.
It's in the works, whatever. Breath of the Wild 7 is coming. Yeah, that's totally happening. Anyways, yes. We got another one from Lane 11644. One game that gave me motion sickness was Chrono Cross on PS1. I tried to play it on a tiny portable screen on a van during my high school graduation trip from Oregon to LA. If you know about Oregon Freeway, they're curvy.
They're
that
fun.
And the unstable frame rate made me quit the game after an hour. Still haven't gone back to it after 20 years.
Hey, well, they did the high res patch for the Switch version now.
That's true.
So if you feel like that variable frame rate was messing you up too much to go back to, no, I mean, I still probably wouldn't recommend playing it on the Oregon Freeway, but especially if you're the one driving.
The problem, like especially if you're driving.
Exactly.
A tiny portable screen, Oregon Freeway, doesn't sound like a good mix. I don't think it's the game's fault, but you're also not missing anything. It's only Chrono Cross. Who cares?
If I could have heard you, I'd have been very upset by what you said.
No, but jokes aside, I think you should definitely go back and give it a shot. It's definitely not the game's fault. I think. I mean, some frame rate issues, sure, but tiny screen or organ free rate, I think that's a culprit here. Like
Yeah,
it could have been
yeah.
any game, and you'd have still been sick.
Ugh.
So yeah, give it a shot.
My
Give it a good freshman try.
seriously, my only regret is that I played Chrono Cross on the Switch before the patch came out. Like I still enjoyed it thoroughly, but now that there's the 60 frames patch, I kind of want to give it another go.
Yeah.
And I just played it though, so I have no business returning to it this soon. But man. Anyways, that's all right. That's neither here nor there. Now, I will also say that this week we did not have a voicemail, so we won't be playing any of them for you at this time. However, if anybody out there would like to leave us a voicemail to play on the next episode of Hit Point, you may do so at 785-337-3805, or you can send us a voicemail to hitpoint@superdarkrpgs.com and avoid any international dialing fees that may apply if you are outside of the continental United States or something like that. So, all right. That about
All
does it for
right.
responding to comments. So, without further ado, we've got some updates to past releases that we can start talking about now.
Yes, let's do it. All right. So the first thing comes for a game called Monochrome Mobius Rights and Wrongs. Rights and Wrongs. Yeah, Rights and Wrongs. Wait, Rights and Wrongs Forgotten.
Oh,
Wait, I was like, wait, it's like, wait a minute. Did I did I cut the title? I was like, wait a minute. That title is not that short. Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. There you go. I was like, wait a minute. I've seen I mistyped the title already. Yeah, Rights and Wrongs Forgotten. Um like in my head, I'm like, wait a minute, this title is definitely longer. Anyways, Nista announced that the latest game to do Utawareru Mono series will be coming to PS4 and 5 this fall. So if you've been waiting to play this game and you're like, yeah, I really don't game on PC, well, it's coming to PlayStation this fall. So it's got very positive review on Steam so far, which is a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Because this is like a departure from the usual Wateru Mono series. So they've got to cater to like a new group of fans who are like into this like turn-based mechanics, but also they can't alienate like old fans who are used to the story and like the tactical RPG.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's very positive on Steam gives me some hope that this will be a good one. I haven't really seen it. And in fact, I haven't even seen people playing the game on Twitch. Usually when these new games come out, I at least see like a couple of my like go-to RPG like streamer friends who would play it, but I have really not seen this being streamed
So you
for
think
one
this
reason
could
or
be
another.
a decent like entry point for the series, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay.
so. I think this is one of those games. I don't know for sure, but I think this may be one of those games where if you know about the Utawareru Mono like story, it's gonna add to your enjoyment, sure, but I don't think you need to. This is actually a prequel to the entire series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's take a look at the quick trailer then, if that's all right. I think we have a trailer we can watch, right?
Yeah, we do.
All right. Let's see what
This
this
is the
is all
PS4,
about.
PS5 announcement trailer.
Oh, that's loud.
It looks really good.
There we go.
Yeah, you can turn it down on your end.
Oh, I've turned it down. All right.
I mean, Utaru Mono has great story. That's just what everyone has told me. It's like the story is amazing. Like, okay.
And this is another like Utawareru Mono is kind of like samurai and mecha, right?
I don't know about mecha, but like it's kind of samurai, yes. So the like attire and like the culture and everything in this game is basically taken from the Ainu people, which is kind of like the Alaskans, you know, natives, if you will, in Japan. It's kind of like that parallel.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the folks who originate a native to Hokkaido.
Hmm.
So that's why you see it's like it's Japanese, but also like there are these distinctive patterns that you don't associate with like typical Japanese wear. That's the reason why.
Cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That is a nice looking game.
And the music and voice acting has been great so far. So
And I think, God, did Utawareru Mono
the
also
more I
have?
watch this, the more I want to play this game now.
I
I might
think
just
they,
get on PS5 and play it.
if I'm also not mistaken, God, and I haven't played it, but I think I
Ooh.
remember there being some sort of social linking kind of mechanic as well, kind of a la, Persona or the
Ish kind of
ish.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised. JRPGs.
Mhm.
They be having stuff like this.
Yeah, it's something that I'm happy to see in more games, more character specific. Like it's a great way to integrate more.
So I remember when
Oh,
this
someone
game
says
came out.
okay. So someone says no Persona type stuff. It's just
Oh,
pure
no
story.
Persona type stuff. Okay.
Well, never mind.
I remember when this game came out, like people were crapping on this game for the NPCs for having like no faces or something to that effect.
Oh, was
Like
that this one?
it was this one. Yeah. I don't know if they fixed it. I'm not convinced that they did.
I think I remember that they
Um,
did. I think that was like they were saying they were going to release it an update and a patch or something.
At a future point sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean it's not something that would bother me personally. Yeah, I'm used to generic NPCs. I don't care. You do this to a main character though, like we're gonna have a problem, but seems okay. Oh, they fixed it. It was fixed. Okay, cool. Cool.
Reminds me a little
I'm
bit
glad
of
to hear that.
oh god, what was the
Oh, there
PlayStation
are
1
some kind of
RPG?
mecha here.
Yeah. So what was there was a PlayStation RPG, Grand Stream Saga, where none of the characters had faces in their character models.
What? But it's a stylistic though. Like if it's
Yeah.
a stylistic choice, that works, then it works, right?
Well, it was also the very first fully polygonal RPG on the PlayStation 1, so it was like,
Okay. Well, that would
constrained
do it.
somewhat.
That would do it.
Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
dang cool. That's
Yeah,
a
it looks
gorgeous looking game.
really good. Okay, I am sold. I am going to play this now when it comes out for PS4 and PS5. Done.
Ooh.
Like this is okay.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. Okay.
And when is
yeah.
that? Sometime
Yeah, so it's coming this fall. I
This
mean, you
fall,
could
okay.
play immediately on PC via Steam, but again, if you want it to be on PS4, PS5, wait until this fall. No specific dates,
Mhm.
but of course, we'll come back to this once it's launch time.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
update you all.
we moving along have another little update that was recently pushed out by Bethesda to
Yeah,
a little game.
Bethesda.
Yeah, a little game you might have heard of. Actually, it's a game you've played before.
I
Ghostwire
have.
Tokyo. And it's called the Spider's Thread update that will include a new roguelite Spider's Thread game mode with more side missions, new enemies, new skills, and more. So,
Yeah.
are you interested in returning to Ghostwire Tokyo?
I kind of want to see what these newer attacks are about. I've read some reviews and they're pretty good reviews. They're like, yeah, they basically listened to a lot of feedback and they went in and fixed the battle system so it's not so like boring basically. It was fun for a while, but then you just kind of rinse and repeat. You just do the same stuff over and
Yeah.
over, and at some point towards the end of the game, it gets a little. It's a bit of a chore.
Uh-huh.
But I've been told that they have really fixed the battles so that it feels way better. And that was
Yeah.
like sort of like the one big disappointment for me is that the battle system was kind of meh.
I
But that
kind of
game
got
was
that feeling from
gorgeous.
you when I
Yeah.
would drop in on your streams, and it was just be kind of like, well, let's see what you do is you kind of lock them up with this one thing, and then you
Mhm.
kind of try to Ghostbuster them into this one thing, and it's just kind
Yeah,
of rinse and repeat.
basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So I've been told that they have fixed some stuff like that. There are new enemy types, so just to mix stuff up. So it's gonna be cool. I haven't gone back to it yet, but I like I've told people like this is probably the best made game as far as like a recreation of Tokyo. When you
Yeah.
go into it, all the neighborhoods and streets are like basically to scale.
Even better
So
than Yakuza 7's Ijin.
yeah,
Okay.
they're all in their right places.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, is that a Persona 5 thing?
No, I said Ijin from
Oh,
Yakuza 7.
Ijincho. Oh no, that's Yokohama. That's a different city.
Oh.
Yes,
Oh, you're right. God,
that's
I don't know
Yokohama.
why you are
That's
correct.
not Tokyo. Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, fake fan, fake fan. I was kidding.
Clearly, I was only tapping it. I don't know. Yokohama is just another prefecture of Tokyo, isn't it?
Yokohama is a city in a different
It's
prefecture.
just
Yes,
no. It's all Tokyo.
it's all Tokyo. Well, to be fair,
Everything is
Yokohama
just a
is like
suburb of how big that's how big Tokyo is.
I think Yokohama is like 30 minutes away by train, so it's not far. It's only one prefecture over. So yeah, I mean, close enough.
Okay.
Eh.
Okay.
Okay. All right, next up, we've got this. Oh my god, this is huge. This is the thumbnail story.
The whole
Yeah,
the
this
whole
is
big
huge.
title. Yeah.
The one DLC that all the Xenoblade Chronicle fans everywhere has been waiting for. And unlike the previous released DLCs, this one is a whole storyline, a whole brand new storyline, and it actually takes place prior to the events of Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is surprising to me. I thought, with a title like Future Redeemed, it would be like, a sequel to Xenoblade 3, but apparently, from what I've read, it is a prequel to the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 story. So, you can play this before Xenoblade Chronicles 3. You don't have to wait to finish the game, and you can jump straight into DLC. I don't know if that's a good idea. I personally wouldn't do it. But you do you. It's your game. You can enjoy this DLC in 2 days on April 25th, 2023. And this is actually going to be the next game I played because I've said that I'm waiting for this DLC to come out. I've been waiting for a while. This game's been out for a minute. I've been waiting. I've been letting it sit. I'm gonna wait until that DLC come out because when they released the game, they talked about this DLC already from the trailer. They're like, oh yeah, the wave 4. This is the 4th wave of DLC. It's like, yeah, wave 4. We're gonna give you this like whole storyline and this whole extra thing. All right, I'll wait until then. This is then.
So my question is this DLC going to be kind of to the scale and scope of the big DLC of like Xenoblade 2 that they actually released a second? There was a second retail release for just that DLC. That campaign. I can't remember what it's called, but
yeah, it's oh god, it's the golden country.
Golden Country, yeah, Torna.
Something the golden country.
Torna.
It's Torna, yes, Torna the golden country. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot Torna, like the shorter part, and remembers the longer part. Yeah,
I could remember was Golden something too, but we got there.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, so you have Xenoblade 1, and then they released like an after story, which is actually really good. The after story is really good. And then you have Xenoblade 2, and then that prequel that you talked about, basically, but it's like 1,000-year prior prequel. Also amazing. Just love the characters in there. And then this, which is also a prequel. I don't know what's the time frame, but apparently it's a prequel to Xenoblade 3. So yeah, definitely going to be playing that coming up very soon, all the way through the DLC. So come by and hang out, guys.
Playthrough gonna take 300 hours to get through.
Man, I don't know how long that's gonna take, but I'm gonna really enjoy that game. We do have a trailer. I don't know if you want to see it because it's got music and spoilers. So I'm just like,
if it's got spoilers, I think that's a no can do. Like I don't want to. yeah, everybody, there will be a link to the trailer, and if you want to
Mm-hmm.
see the trailer, make sure you check it
Yes.
out down below. Uh,
Yes.
but just to, because I know a lot of people just kind of put this on in the background, and I don't want
Like me.
everybody rushing to their screens to pause only to get a big face full of
That's
spoilers.
right.
So we'll
Yeah.
just do you that kindness and say check that out later when you want to.
Yes. Let's do that later.
Because
All
especially
right.
I feel like Xenoblade fans especially are not into spoilers.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't do it!
Yep.
Don't do it!
Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and move along to some of the games that are coming out this week. We have this one to kind of kick us off with. It's kind of interesting. It's called Shadows Over Loathing, and it is a single player comedy adventure RPG set in like the Prohibition era, but with stick figure aesthetics. It's a bizarre twist.
It's an interesting looking game. We had to share this.
All right, so let's take a look at the trailer, because we do have that, and I don't know if there's any spoilers in this one, but
So this is actually like the second game in a series. I forgot what the first game is called. But yeah, this is actually the second game to a series, and I've been told that this game is just unadulterated fun.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? The hand-drawn aesthetic that we're looking at. There's this cartoon called Rejected Cartoons, and it's like this 20-minute short on YouTube about someone trying to make a bunch of advertisements and it's phenomenal. Check it out. It's terrible. But if you ever saw that, like, my spoon is too big meme,
The stick figures reminds me of what's that one like net show that was like super messed up?
like stick death.
No.
Stickdeath.com, stickfights.com.
No, this is one. I can't remember. It's like another like it's like a long running comedy series. It's like really messed up. And they also feature a lot of stick figure arts. Dang it, I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, this kind of reminds me of that.
Kind of reminds me of well, obviously I already said that what it reminded me of, but yeah, you should definitely check out the Rejected Cartoons. I'll send you a link to that later, Baku. I think you might enjoy it.
Cyanide Happiness. There you go.
Cyanide and Happiness.
Yes, it's like it's got that stick figures thing going on. I love it.
It's kind of wild to me how many web comics and stuff have just sort of like they've done incredible work with just like stick figures, like XKCD and Cyanide and Happiness. Cyanide and
XKCD
Happiness
is great,
isn't it? Oh, of course it is.
Yeah, love XKCD.
So anyways, this game is currently immediately available for Nintendo Switch and PC via Steam. So if the premise of a stick figure action RPG set in the adventure RPG, not action RPG, set in the Prohibition era strikes your fancy, if you're like, hey, that suits my oddly specific tastes, check it out.
It's also got Lovecraftian stuff in there apparently. So I haven't looked too much into it. I just saw this at the Nintendo Indies World, and I was like, we have to talk about this. This is interesting. Yeah, let's not give it all away.
Of course.
All right. Next up, we got a game called Arcana Paradise The Tower, which is released on the 19th, and we're talking about it because we didn't have a show last week for Switch and PC via Steam. This is a deck building real-time RPG where you're tasked to guide 20 children down an escape from the tower.
Huh.
Yeah. You want to take a look at that to refresh your memories?
Yeah, that...
You're like, what are you talking about? That's a thing? Yeah, so you control two of the kids to explore any given tower. But you see those like card stack, like those are actions that you get to take. And it's real time.
Yeah. Is this it?
And this one's Shueisha, so it's not exactly a tiny Not exactly a tiny company.
Okay. The art style suddenly shifted, and I'm like, wait, are we watching the same trailer? Did it move on to the next one?
Did we go to the next trailer?
Yes. All right. Well, and that is the tower.
Children in the tower began to descend, searching for paradise at its end. So yeah, so you have to guide them down this tower.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so you have to end. Yeah, you can only enter the tower with like 2 kids at a time. They need bread to survive.
Yep. Just like real.
So there's like a
people.
survival element. Choose your path, collect bread, bring it home safely.
That's kind of describes my job. Except, you know, bread is just a euphemism for money.
Roguelike real-time card battles.
Well, it's pretty. I'm not a fan of like the wiggly like. I think I've said my piece about like paper doll style animations.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that I don't love, but it also looks kind of mobile, like a mobile game. Kinda.
I think the battle system is pretty interesting if you like card battle stuff.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if you do build a deck though. That wasn't all too clear to me, but it seems like that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
And cards just kind of come out at random, just like, you know, like a card game.
Yeah.
Defeat returns the children home, erase their memories. Unlock new cards. Yeah. Unravel the mysteries of the Arcana.
Very interesting.
Slowly piece together its secrets.
It definitely has something unique going on here, so I don't want to like discount it for.
I'm pretty sure the story is going to be super touchy-feely.
Oh yeah, I can already tell. That's
yeah,
a tower.
just,
It's gonna make you a tower of tears. I'm sure.
Might have to sacrifice some people along the way. Who knows? Okay.
Well,
the music sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that actually.
Yeah.
So
man, if that rubs your fancy, that game is already out. As of what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. So yeah,
cool.
you can already play this right now.
Well, we got next up a gorgeous 2D action adventure Metroidvania style game from it's called Afterimage, and it's gonna be released on the 25th here. So just in a couple days on PS4, PS5, the Xbox One, Series X, S, and Switch and PC. So basically everything except for mobile.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah. So let's check out Afterimage and see what this one's all about.
I wonder if you'd like this more. It is totally rated. Don't lie to me.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right? There's been a lot of Metroidvania games, and there's been a lot of tactical RPG.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. It's like those are the 2 games I keep seeing recently.
You know what I'm very excited by about this? This game has something that I miss in a lot of the Metroidvania style games that I see.
Which is what?
Color.
Oh,
look how bright and beautiful and colorful. Like I mean, I feel like a lot of them are just
I really like how this looks.
That looks so good.
Yeah, and the battle looks very fluid. Like fluidity matters when it comes to an action game. So that looks good.
Yeah, man, and I'm a sucker for colorful games, and they definitely like. I mean, so some games can definitely be nice, dark, and broody, and moody, and Souls-like inspired by like muting the color palette, making it all really dark and grungy and stuff. And like that's a vibe too. But this, I like this. I like color.
I was gonna say there was literally a another Metroidvania game that we covered before that the premise of the story is that there's this like lack of color, and you have to go and like go into this castle to destroy the curse that removed all the colors. I was like, were you talking about that?
No,
Yeah.
no,
No.
it's just a trend. But yeah, that was beautiful. The
Beautiful,
natural,
yeah.
like beautiful, like the colorful natural backgrounds, like golden leaves and red trees and stuff, and bright blue skies in the
I might
background.
play that. I'm not even big on Metroidvania, but it just looks so good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm enticed to try it.
So like I said, that comes out in a couple days on almost all of the major platforms, and that was from called Afterimage.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right. So you guys are looking to play some side scroller shooter. I know there are a couple of fans out here.
Side scroller shooters.
Look no further, because Nisa's got you covered with the latest R-Type Final 3 Evolved, which is truly another case of Japanese developers not understanding the meaning of the word final. Let's watch that trailer.
Okay. Huh.
Sick beats. So if it's anything like the previous R-Type games, you should be able to pilot like different kind of ships with vastly different abilities, and they probably like encourage you to play this game over and over again with different ships to like unlock other ships, and sometimes you will use certain ships that gives you like certain progression that tells a different story.
Okay.
Yeah, but the premise is basically kind of like human versus alien situation. That's the
Yeah.
R-Type, like, worldview.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yes. It's a
For some
long
reason,
running series. Yeah.
I mean, it's still going around. I mean, I remember
Still
that one on the
going on.
NES, playing R-Type, I think, and sucking at it. I don't think I ever got past like the first stage.
They're asking if they're still making R-Type. The answer is yes. This is the newest R-Type Final 3. Final 3. Final 3. They're also doing a remaster of R-Type Tactics, which we'll talk about at some other time when it's time for them to come out. But yeah, but basically used R-Type ships. I don't know if it's a remaster or remake. To be sure, because the games were originally on PS1, so who knows? As more news come about, we'll definitely let you all know. But so, if you are interested in this game, this is coming out in 3 days. Again, on the 25th of April, for North America, anyways, and on PS5 only, which is very curious. Like, what? Really? You decided just do PS5 only? Why?
Oh.
It's interesting choice. Yeah, interesting choice. Like for a scroller game, especially, I'm just like, you sure you don't want to put this on like the Switch? I know you have to turn down the graphics a little bit, but man, a lot of people like playing those games on the run. But anyways, on the road. I mean,
on the go.
on the run, just gotta go.
When you're on the lam.
Yeah.
When you're
Okay.
escaping prison, people like to play these games. Try to escape the long arm of the law.
But I gotta play some side scrollers. Yeah, so the game is coming out on the 25th for North America. It is coming out on the 28th for Europe. And for Australia and New Zealand, you'll have to wait until May 5th. I don't know why they decided to, spend these 3 separate dates for these 3 areas, but, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we got another one here that we're here. I'll just play the trailer and we'll talk about it as it goes, I think.
Yes.
Because Fairy Fencer F Refrain Chord is just around the corner as well, coming from Idea Factory. It is a tactical RPG coming out on the 25th as well for PS4, PS5, and Switch. And then also on Steam on the 23rd of the month. So
I think this is the best the best trailer we've had so far. We've seen some trailers, they didn't have a lot of gameplay, there was some worldview stuff. One of them wasn't even in English. But this time they're really showing you how the game is played. I appreciate that the characters are not all like this, like odd chibi looking characters.
Yeah.
You know, they
Hmm.
are slightly chibified, but
A
like
a
not.
little, slightly
Yeah, just a
SD,
little bit, but yeah.
but not. I wouldn't call them SD or chibi. They are like that sort of in between, like what you would see in Pokemon, I think, right?
Yeah,
In
yeah,
the
yeah, and
anime.
I'm okay with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what that style is called, but I feel
Me
like it's probably
neither.
got a name.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, someone in chat says it reminds him of Summon Night 5. I was thinking it kind of reminds me of Summon
Oh,
Night 6, um, which is the one that I played and reviewed.
I'm hoping this music doesn't get us.
Oh, yeah, me too. You know what? If I just kind of turn it down a little bit lower,
Yeah, let's just.
maybe, yeah, for whatever reason, Japan, it gets a little, fighty.
Overzealous.
Yeah, they get a little aggressive with some of those, content ID things.
Hmm.
But yeah, hopefully just kind of talking over it a little bit will help. Yeah, these kind of look like PSP character proportions for like, oh god, what was the game
I
called?
am actually quite
I dig it.
intrigued by this. I dig what I see right now.
Yeah.
But making a good tactical RPG is it could be hard. It has its own sets of challenges. So I'm hoping that they don't fall into like the ditch of just basically having the same character like enemy type over and over and just make you slug through maps.
Yeah.
That's not how you should make a tactical RPG, but we'll see. I mean, Sting is in there developing this with them. They're kind of like a tactical RPG veteran, although I play some of their games and they're not like great. But you know what? I got some hopes on this one.
All right. Well, we'll need to keep an eye out on that one.
Yes.
I'm also pretty excited about this next one. And Baku and I think we have a little bit of a history with this game, if you will.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
So I remember before we actually talk about this one, I
Mhm.
remember when this was shown off on a Nintendo Direct in
Mhm.
Japan that
Mhm.
we didn't see in the West.
Mhm.
And I think you and I were both really surprised to see that there was a demo available. So I signed up for a Japanese account. I think you might have already had one.
I had it, yes.
And I played through the demo using Google Lens to help machine translate my playthrough of the demo. Um, man, and I think we both had a similar kind of takeaway.
Yeah.
It was kind of mana-ish, right? A little
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
uh
definitely mana inspired.
uh
Definitely mana inspired.
yeah.
And in a good way.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
kind of really enjoyed it, but like also some maybe this was also mana inspired. The NPCs were kind of dumb as far as the combat goes.
Oh no. Yeah. So what are we talking about? The 90s inspired action RPG, Trinity Trigger. Will be released in April 25th for PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and PC via Steam in North America. Europe will have to wait until May 16th to play, which I'm again not sure why there's that crazy delay. But it's coming right around the corner. We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90s inspired. They brought in like the 90s AI, but
Exactly. Oh god, yeah, that.
I think ChatGPT can play better than this. Come on, just let him play. Let it play.
And now we have English voice acting options.
Yes. Not impressed by the English voice acting, but seeing that it's not like a AAA title, I'm willing to forgive it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds completely serviceable for voice acting in
Yeah.
English. And I would be surprised if you wouldn't be able to switch it back to the original if needed.
I don't think it's terrible
No.
for what I'm hearing, anyways. It's not fantastic, but
But yeah, I got a
It just
feeling
looks
that this is a game
extremely
that I'll be
mana.
talking about again here pretty soon.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to
Is
check
this something is this something you want to play?
I enjoyed my time with the Japanese demo quite a bit, and I'd like to see what it plays like and feels like outside of that demo.
Demo, yeah. A very curated, like, experience, right?
I mean,
See what the
it's
actual game is like.
exactly because it, like you said, it was pretty curated, but also still in development at the
True.
time. So see what feels different this time around.
I'm hoping the AI like gets like unstupefied.
To the divine war.
All right, fine. You want to fight? Then bring it.
Trinity Trigger.
So does that mean we could? I mean, I see that lady. I'm like, oh, we can use her later. She looks like one of those enemies that you can convert later.
Hmm.
I mean, look, if it's a callback to the '90s, all right, like
Oh,
they
yeah.
do that all the time, right?
Yeah, that would make sense. But then would it still be a Trinity?
One of them has to die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You have to give up one of the characters
Gotta sacrifice one of them.
for another waifu. Yes.
All right. Well, we
Yes.
have one more game that's coming out this week before we start talking about the new game announcements. And the last one is Mercenaries Lament, Requiem of the Silver Wolf, which was just announced by Rydian, and that it's coming, that they're releasing their latest tactical RPG to the West on the 27th of the month, just a few days away for the Nintendo Switch. This is part of a longer running Mercenary series by Rydian, but this one is a standalone title, so players don't really need to have played the other ones in the series to jump right in.
Yes.
And we can take a look at the trailer now. I think we just have a Japanese trailer for the time being.
Yeah.
So
For
let's,
some reason. Yeah, I was looking for trailers and I'm like, this game is coming out in like a couple of days and you're telling me you don't have an English trailer available? What's going on?
well, they're
Like,
trying really hard.
yeah. But it looks really good. So I'm like, okay, sure.
Oh, That
Yes,
that does
I've
look
heard
really
of the
good.
Mercenaries. I've heard of the Mercenaries series before, and
Mhm.
people have always kind of called it like the cheap FFT. Like if you just want like a game that plays kind of like
A
FFT,
poor man's
but
FFT.
yeah, poor man FFT. Like
Yeah.
you should try this series. Reception has not been the greatest for the series, but I feel like if they keep making these games and they improve over time, like we could get to a point where it's really good.
Yeah.
It could be this one, right? So I
mean,
don't know.
I'll say it looks better than well, the creator behind the original Fire Emblem made his own.
Oh yeah.
I'll say this looks better than that.
Okay, but he was really trying to recapture like the old school Fire Emblem, so that
That's
was
true.
kind of a artistic decision that I respect.
It was a choice.
Yeah, that was a choice. This looks a little bit like FFT Advance.
Yeah,
A
I
little
love the way
bit.
this looks.
Yeah, I like the way this looks. I like the pixel art in here.
Yeah, it looks.
portrait
like a
looks really
PlayStation
good.
1 era RPG.
Yeah,
Oh. You know, a bit simple, and I love it for that.
yeah. It doesn't have to be overly complex. It just
Yeah.
needs to do the job.
Yeah, sometimes the simplicity adds.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool. All right. Well,
Yeah, I've been
Oh.
meaning to play a Mercenaries game. This might do it. The previous games just like didn't do enough to convince me, but maybe this one. Maybe this one would do it.
perhaps. Well, that was
Yeah.
really cool. That's all the games that are coming out this week. It's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot.
This
Oh.
one's coming on 27. Yeah, so 4 days. Didn't have
So,
an English trailer though, which is bizarre, but
It is bizarre.
yeah.
But now it's time for us to talk about some of the new games that were announced since we last had a little bit of a show here.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, yeah. How about, yeah, you talk about this one. I think you're up, right?
Yeah, sure. So, we've got a new game from Fire Squid Games, and they have announced their new take on strategy RPG featuring anime-inspired, quote unquote, magical punk art style and real-time combat called Blade Prince Academy. Yeah, I'm doing the air quote because that's directly from them. They said this is anime
Okay.
inspired.
Yeah.
So I don't mean to say that it is not. Sorry, it's a different kind of air quote.
Okay.
That
Like
was a
it's
real
an
quote.
actual quote.
That is an actual quote. They've called it anime inspired. It's not me.
Yeah.
I don't want you to think that I think this is anime inspired. They're calling this anime inspired.
Okay.
So yeah, Blade Prince Academy, which I feel like the Academy part might be a call to the Disgaea series, but we'll see for ourselves.
Okay. Let's take a look at the trailer then. A new tactical RPG.
To the treacherous
Magic Punk.
Abjectalia, where the most gifted orphans are sent to the academy, where they are trained in the deadly arts of combat,
Okay.
magic, and espionage.
Interesting.
All to serve the designs of the powerful black mages who control the city.
Looks really cool.
Suspend time. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so
kind
it's
of
like a
targeting
real time,
system.
like a real time strategy game.
Yeah, but like you can pause it with some of these special abilities.
Yeah,
Kind of like
Pretty
VATS or
cool.
something from Fallout,
yeah.
maybe. Okay.
However, there is always a price.
Oh, these kind of games can get really hard really quick
Yeah,
if you mess up. Yeah,
I believe it.
especially that real time element can be very unforgiving.
Dude, I mean, even the real-time elements of Chrono Trigger's active time battle system gets away from me sometimes. This might be much, I don't know. But that
man,
does look interesting, that's for sure.
yeah. I like the way it looks, man. I like I like them. Look, as much as like grid-based tactical RPG, I like seeing innovations in strategy gameplay. So I'm excited that people are trying different things and not letting this genre die, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the trailer. There are no release dates. However, the Kickstarter for the game will open in May 11th, and we are going to be listing that Kickstarter in our description later.
All right, so keep your eyes out for that, everybody.
Yes.
So, developer Chris Spirit have also just announced their newest 2D pixel art action adventure title called TEVI? TV? TEVI.
Perhaps.
Okay.
I was pronouncing it Tevi, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Which takes place in the world of AZ. Arizona? No. AZ. Oh, where
in a great state of Arizona.
in the okayest state of Arizona. No, I'm just kidding. Where it's home of three main races: magic wielding humans, the animal-eared beast skins, and biomechanical hybrids called Magitech. Let's take a look at this trailer for that one. For TEVI?
I think all the folks who are watching from outside the states are very confused by our joke just now.
Yeah,
what are you
AZ
talking
is,
about?
just
What's Arizona?
It's an abbreviation, but anyways.
Now, for
look at
anyone
that.
who is watching this and think, why? I feel like I've seen this game before. There's this game called Rabi Ribi that looks oddly similar to this game. Well, you'd be right, because this is from the same developer. And in fact, I think at some point they had called this Rabi Ribi 2.
Okay.
But then they have since called it something else. So
Something
definitely
else. Whatever it is, we may never know.
Yeah,
TEVI,
I mean, there might
TV.
be some connection. Maybe they've changed their mind. Who knows? But it is now called TEVI.
But yeah, that's pretty looking.
It's kind of like bullet hell, Metroidvania, and very fast, like paced action. The boss are stupid hard in this game. But you get to go to like different places and go through different dungeons and fight different bosses in kind of any way you want, sort of deal. So in that sense, it's really fun.
Oh god.
Yeah, they're
Just
bullet
get-
hell elements. So you saw
getting
that, right?
Thrown around the screen. Yep.
Yeah, it could get really tough. Ruby Ruby like hurts my fingers. My wrist was like so messed up playing Ruby Ruby, and it was extremely fast paced and really hard game. So if you're a glutton for punishment, you want difficult bosses and also cute arts and Metroidvania style gameplay, like this one could be for you.
Yeah. Well, it looks pretty dang cool. And I think we've got another one here that actually looks pretty dang cool as well, from Kemco and is it Ridion? Wait, is it Ridion or is it Rydon?
Wait, hold on. Before that,
Oh.
TEVI is coming out on
Oh, you're
Q3
right.
2023 on PS4, PS5, Switch, and PC via Steam. So there you go.
Sorry. You're
Let's
right.
end that first. Okay, now we're moving on. Oh, this game looks good.
No,
this
I
game
know.
looks good.
I think
I
we
was
just
excited to
talked
talk about it.
We just talked
We
about
did.
these
We
guys
just talked
who
about
made
Ridion.
Mercenaries Lament, right?
Yeah,
This is
so
the game that's
they're
coming out this week.
correct. Yeah.
But this is a game that's different, and they're partnering with Kemco on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's called Cross Tales, which is a new tactical RPG about a war between cats and dogs.
Yes.
Specifically, a race of dog people called Hundians from the magical kingdom of Ranverfurt, and a race of cat people called Fells from the kingdom of Hidik. Players can play from the perspective of both peoples and select between 3 different classes.
Oh no, 33. I missed the zero. Sorry. Yes, that's my fault.
30. Oh,
30,
wow.
30.
Guys,
Yeah,
this
sorry.
just in. It's actually 10 times as many.
10 times more classes to play.
I'm happy to announce we're development's coming in live. Okay, let's check out the trailer for Cross Tales.
This just in. Yes, I got confirmation from Kemco. Yeah, this game actually looks really good. I usually sleep on Kemco games, as we all do. We all crap on Kemco games, but this one, okay, this one looks different.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let's talk about it.
Hey, you know what though? Like, yeah, that looks dang cool. Like yeah.
And yes, it is the Ridion that makes the Mercenaries
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, so-
They're partnered with Kemco to do the tactical RPG portion.
Like, say what you will about Kemco, I have not played any of their games, so I mean, I legitimately can't.
I've been told that there are some gems in there, like story wise. Like
I've heard
gameplay
that
is
as
still
well.
kind of meh, but like you know,
I mean, but honestly, they throw everything at the wall to see what sticks, and some of that's gonna stick, and some of it doesn't.
This looks like a good like purpose-made game that like doesn't belong on a cell phone, if that makes sense. Like this
Yeah.
looks like a proper console game. I'm happy to pay money for it, kind of deal. Yeah. So
That actually looks kind of good.
that looks really good, right? I was like, this is a Kemco game?
Kemco?
Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
It can't be.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Yeah.
kind of. I'm probably not gonna play it. But maybe
I will do it.
You'll
I mean,
do it
you don't even
for science?
really like tactical RPGs much, do you?
That's
It's not
Okay.
like really
It's
your
not that I
thing.
don't like them. Okay, hang on. It's not that I dislike them. It's just that
Yes.
it's just that I don't play them often enough that I'm like,
Mm.
oh yeah, I got to get my tactical RPG on. You know, like I don't have that urge, and I got
Mhm.
such a backlog. And if I start getting into tactical RPGs, guys, I swear to God, my backlog is just gonna. And
They
they're
get
never just
long.
short. You know,
They
and they're-
get long.
I know. I can't. I just physically cannot. let's
Some
say
of the best stories ever told.
somebody else out there is gonna start, Super Ronald Tactical RPG, YouTube channel, and they're gonna kill it, I swear. And they're gonna have a backlog just as big as mine, and we'll tag team it, and it'll be great. I don't know who Super Ronald is, but maybe it's you at home watching right now.
Is it you?
Are you Super Ronald?
Are you Super Ronald?
Could be. Anyways,
Yeah, I mean, like games like FFT, like just timeless, incredible story, tactics ogre, all day, every day. But yeah, so this game is coming out soonish, right? So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. Yeah,
it's just a few months away.
yeah. So it is coming out in July 20th, digitally only for the West. So
I kind of
if
want to
you
buy I kind of want to buy it.
Yeah, if you want a physical copy, I'm so sorry. There will be no physical copies for the West. This game is coming for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, Switch, and PC. See, they're doing it right. They're doing what I think what is it? R-Type should be doing. Like what R-Type is PS5 only. It's a very
It's weird.
curious choice. Yeah, like what? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Like but this is just basically all modern platform. Now for the people, including myself and Derek, who are interested in physical copies, you could probably buy the Asia version, which they typically sell to like Southeast Asia. That should have English support. So there are a couple of games that I feel like I've seen in the past where they have Japanese and English version, but it's not sold to the West. It's
Yeah.
sold to Southeast Asia. You can get it from Play Asia.
Yeah.
It will not say like North American version. It will say like Asian version with English. That's probably what we'll have to do. So it's not that you cannot get a physical version. It just won't be like a dedicated
You won't be able
Western
to
physical
pop on down to
release.
Best Buy and get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta
So
go out of your
it's
way.
not impossible, but yeah, thank goodness for Play Asia. Yes, that's what we
know.
all say. Yeah.
Oh, my Final Fantasy Pixel remaster from PlayAsia shipped the other day. So
Oh, finally.
yep, keeping it.
Did you ever
eye.
get that model kit from Tokyo?
Nope. I'm still waiting.
It's still on the boat?
I guess Tokyo
It's
Otaku
like-
mode. They said that their shipping takes 4 to
To
12
weeks.
weeks. So
Has
it
it
has
been
not
12
showed up
weeks yet?
yet.
Has it been 12
but-
weeks?
What?
Has it been 12 weeks?
It's been 5 now.
Okay, well, keep waiting.
Yeah,
That's what you get for picking shit.
I know. And now the thing is that there is a. I don't know if we're gonna. Are we gonna talk about it later? The merch drops for. Let me scroll down. No, it's not on there. But yeah, there's a pre-order currently going on. So I'll just talk about it now since we're talking about my Valimar. Ordine is up for pre-order right now. I think we talked about it a while back.
We
It-
talked about it when they announced it.
Yeah.
It is now on pre-order, so we haven't talked about.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, should I get it? Should I not? I'm still conflicted because I
Well,
haven't
no,
even
if you
tried
get
my
it
first
from-
Motoroid. I have not made my first
That's
Valimar.
true.
Do I want? Is this something I'm into? Am I gonna go all in again? I don't know. But
But if you order it from Good Smiles, like themselves, Good Smile US, like you don't have to deal with this like
It'll
frustration.
my Ordine will show up before my Valimar at this rate.
Okay, you know what? I was looking at it and I was joking about that to myself, and I'm like, man, if Derek pre-orders this from Good Smiles and he gets it before like the Tokyo, what is it? The
Tokyo
TOM
Taco
one.
mode. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Otaku
will
mode.
laugh so hard.
Yeah.
That's the case. Yeah, I mean,
No. I'll send me a link. I'll freaking order it. I guess.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right now.
Alright.
It's $54.99 on pre-order. And
Yeah.
you know what sucks? Valimore is also on pre-order now on a second run at Good Smile. So you could have just pre-ordered both from Good Smile.
Well, I was hoping to get Valimar in time for Trails Month, so I could
The
like make a
summer
video.
of Trails.
Yeah,
The spring of Trails.
no, it's just Trails Month, Kiseki Month.
Well,
But
I
yeah,
guess you
that
can-
didn't happen. So
I guess you can make it the summer of Trails now, right?
Yep. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you're right. It has been a long time, and well, anyways, let's go ahead and move along to our next topic because we've kind of veered straight off into merch for discussions for a second.
That's okay.
All right, I'll take this
yeah.
next one here
Sure.
since you were helping me find an Ordine pre-order. So this next one comes from gosh, okay. Actually, I don't even know how to describe this game either. Baku just said we don't know what this is, so we're gonna look at the trailer. Okay.
If I saw this trailer and got really confused, I want all of us to watch this and get very confused. I'm not gonna be the only person confused by this. We'll all be confused.
All right. Well, let's see. Some barbecue. Yeah, I would like some barbecue. Oh, hello, Shiba Inu. Oh, he wants some barbecue.
The first beers on the house? What? No, Japan. You make some weird games. That's the game.
So this strikes me as a spiritual successor to like Lemmings. Only it's humanity.
Oh no! Don't piss off the Shiba. No. There's no need for fighting. Apparently, you can create puzzles and then you can share it online. So this is kind of like Pokemon, not Pokemon, a Mario Maker kind of deal too. Or like, oh, what's that other game that people would have like user-generated maps? Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's like something similar to that effect, where like, apparently it's a puzzle game.
I want that.
Also, you can play it. You can play it on in VR.
What?
Yeah, you can play on
What?
Why not? Humanity!
Huh?
Oh, Japan! Why do you?
What is he doing with his hands?
Why do you make weird games? You know what? This came out on. If this came out on April 1st, I would have been like, yeah, okay, Japan, nice try.
Yeah.
No, this is not a joke. This is a real game that's coming out.
That is.
I don't know what to say about it.
That is interesting.
Yes,
and you threw this curveball in not because it is an RPG or anything else. It's just because it is weird and you wanted to inflict this on us. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of
No
has.
other reason.
You know, I remember on the PlayStation 2 era, we had some weird games that kind of just came out of nowhere, like Mr. Mosquito, Katamari Damashi. There was the on Dreamcast. You know, there was the Seaman featuring Leonard Nimoy. God, what there was a lot.
And
weird,
I
funny games.
relish those days, man. I relish those days. I want developers to come back and make games that makes no sense and just have fun.
Yeah, that's that would be fun to just see a return to weirdness.
Yes, because from those weird games, we've gotten a lot of great ideas that we've since then like implement in other games. Like it's nice. Like treat it like it's an art. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Release the weird, Japan.
Release the Yeah, so this is coming out on May 16th on PS4, PS5, and PC. So all the platforms with, you guessed it, VR gears, because you can play this on VR.
All right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So next up, this is a game that I'm personally pretty interested. We've talked about it briefly on its when it was first announced, but now we've got some release date. So the game is called Mineko's Night Market by Meowza Games. It is a narrative-driven social simulation adventure game. That's a mouthful. Steeped in Japanese culture with a heartwarming story. I'm a sucker for heartwarming stories. Like To the
I don't know.
Moon and like all those games, like
The games that make
Cry
me
on
feel
Stream
feels.
games.
I'm not a fan of the like. I prefer to be very stoic when I play my games.
You don't want to feel
I just want to
stoic play
the entire time.
Yeah, pretty good.
This pleases me. All right. Yeah, let's take a look at what's going to make us feel the feels. Do you want to take a look at the trailer?
Mineko's Night Market. Let's do it.
All right.
Many years ago, at the top of Mount Fugu, the cat god Miko appeared from a sakura flower floating in a nearby river. Nico would visit the farms in our village, granting each one good fortune and prosperity in turn. But some in the village became impatient for their own blessings, and in a fit of jealousy, they drove Nico away,
Oh, that's rude.
banishing him from the land. Many years passed, and our village worked
Some
hard
pretty
to
art.
create our own success. The story of Nico drifted from memory. Yet there are some who still believe in the power of magic and myth,
And cats.
And cats.
and others drawn to our village whose intentions may not be so pure.
Mm-hmm.
Never
Feds.
trust dudes in suits and sunglasses.
With the earpieces.
When earpieces.
Does Nico truly exist? Could this legend possibly be real? All we can do is hope for our
It's kind of funny
village
how
of
earpieces have
people
been
and
kind
our
of
beloved night market might
just been turned into like synonymous with feds. Even though it's like tech from like the 90s.
Exactly.
At this point, it'd be an earbud.
Right? Oh, some kind of implants, right?
Probably. Who even knows?
Yes. Who even knows?
Implants in your thumb and index, pinky, just like this.
Right?
That's how you. That's the new smartphone.
Oh yeah, I'm making a telephone call, and you actually are making a phone call.
That would be pretty interesting.
That would be.
You know what's
But yeah.
pretty interesting?
What?
The fact that this game comes out in September.
Oh yeah, it's coming out in September 26th to be precise, on the Switch and PC via Steam and Humble Store. And the reason why there's Humble Store is because actually Humble Games is publishing this, so good on them.
Oh.
Good old Humble, yeah, they're doing some publishing work now. This will come out a month afterwards in October for PS4, 5, and Xbox Series X and S. So you want to play on PlayStation, Xbox, well, you just gotta wait a month after the Switch and PC release. No big deal. It's coming out to basically all modern platforms.
Sweet. Well, keep your eyes
Yes.
out for that, because that could be pretty dang cool. Oh, I need to change our section here, because that is it for all the new games that were announced this week and last week. So
Yes.
let's talk about some of this industry news.
Ooh, we've got some things to talk about.
So we're gonna start with a little bit of a PSA here.
Yes.
So if you don't charge your Nintendo Switch, it might be dead. And I mean that in like more than just like, oh, my battery's run out, I can't play it, I need to charge it for a while kind of way. I mean, well, yeah, Nintendo of Japan have issued a warning via tweet. So, the most official means it's a widespread,
Nowadays, that's about as good as you're gonna get.
I mean, you would think, I guess it makes sense they wouldn't just like push a notification to everybody's Switch because like, hey, if it's not charged, you'll never see the message. But anyway, so they put out a tweet about, there's this little tiny possibility that maybe Switch batteries could become impossible to charge if they go without charging for too long. How long is too long? Well, shorter than you might hope. Nintendo suggests charging your Switch consoles at least once every 6 months.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's not too bad.
Okay. So what does this say about the longevity of consoles, though, of the Nintendo Switch? What does this mean in terms of video game collecting in 20 years?
Okay, so for the Switch, right? I think if you dock it, okay, so two difference, right? There's the handheld one that cannot be docked. That, to your point, a bit of an issue. But I will come back to that. But the Switch, for the dockable one, the regular ones and the OLED ones, you can just dock it. The battery just pass through, no big deal. Like you just treat it like it's the non-handheld. So that's fine.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Because once upon a time, I tried to play my Nintendo Switch and it didn't have any charge. And I was like, okay, I'll throw it in the dock. And I tried to turn it on, but it was like charging mode.
Work? That's weird.
I don't know.
It should be a battery pass
maybe it was just me. It should do battery pass through, but I don't know if it does.
Battery pass through, like a laptop.
Anyways, I would just recommend maybe we should double check that. But
yeah. But also, the other thing that I think is probably pretty important for anyone who hasn't been looking at this, your PSP, your Vita, your 3DSs, all those, same deal. Charge those at least once every 6 months. Even if you think they're full, just plug it in and just let it do a thing. Otherwise, you may run into the same issue, honestly. So this is all rechargeable batteries.
The DSs, the 3DSs are a little easier to swap out the batteries on, though.
It's true.
PSP. My PSP battery actually swelled up the other day, and I had to toss it out.
Oh, really?
They have replacements, though. It's really easy to switch out. But the Switch, it's like glued in there. I have a friend who tried to remove the battery on his Switch because it's glued in there with really tacky stuff. Well, he didn't. He shorted something and it caused a spark and destroyed the Switch. So it is not what I would call like a user replaceable part generally.
Ooh, yikes. Yeah, no, that is true. The 3DS and the Vita and the PSP, the replacement battery process has been pretty easy. I've done it for my PSP some time ago.
Yeah. This is not necessarily the case with the Switch. So
oh, and the two Joy-Cons.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean, no. I was gonna say nobody plays with the Joy-Cons anyway.
True,
because they're before the batteries go out on those, the sticks will have drifted way out of spec.
Unless you replace the stick with the Hall effects ones.
Oh yeah, the Hall effects.
Yeah, that's the thing now. Yeah, it's like $40 for 2 pairs. It's just not terrible. Yeah. If you plan on replacing it for like 4 of those suckers, that's not a terrible deal.
I think that's I hope that I'm just mistaken and remembering that I couldn't turn on my Switch when the battery was dead. I hope that I'm just mistaken about that. I don't think I am, though. I'm pretty sure that that's the case. And there might be some mod that would allow a battery pass through. I'm sure of it. It shouldn't be that hard to just, do that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on like the how they like engineered it. There might be some hardware preventing that batteries from working or preventing a direct pass through. But like laptops do it all the time. You can plug in a laptop, remove the battery, it still works. Just won't charge any battery, right?
I mean,
so
And I guess that this is something, honestly, I should have thought about a long time ago. Because, like you said, this is not an issue specific to the Nintendo Switch. This is a lithium-ion battery specific thing, where if a battery goes below a certain threshold of charge, it just cannot be recharged. That's everything that is, of modern lithium-ion battery standards. Your phone, your smartphone, if you didn't charge it for a couple years, it's just e-waste at that point. So, but I don't know. It just raises some interesting questions about the longevity of the system. And
it does yeah, especially now that you mentioned how hard it is to replace the battery for those, because like I was about to say, like, about as much as you would imagine for like PSP, and PSP is how old now, like 20 years old, which is crazy that the PSP is like 20 years old. But here we are, right? Like 20 years later, you could still find batteries for those on like Amazon even. So that's just surprising. But hey, that means there's a market for it, right? So good on them for producing it. I would have said the Switch would probably go that way, and then you brought up a good point, which is it's not exactly like easily serviceable. So what does that mean?
I mean, it means that I guess the repair market's going to be thriving here in a few years.
If it's not already, I mean, for all these other, like think about your iPads and all that, right?
Now, I will say, just as another pro tip for everybody who's curious about like smart like maintenance of their tech for like best longevity, generally speaking, leave your lithium batteries charged. If you know that you're gonna put them in storage for a while or to not use them, charge it up to about 60% ish, and that is the best practice, is to keep them charged at around that level. Keeping them charged at 100% will actually decrease their overall battery life and capacity. So yeah, just a little pro tip there for anybody who doesn't know.
That's right. All right, moving on to another piece of industry news. So this one is kind of a big deal, but you might not have heard about it. SEGA will be acquiring Finnish. That's the nation of Finland. Finnish mobile games company called Rovio Entertainment.
That sounds familiar.
Where have you heard that from?
I don't know, but it makes me angry.
Rovio Entertainment for 706 million. Oh no, I was about to say pound. Euros, which is approximately $773.8 million US dollars. Rovio Entertainment is best known for developing Angry Birds.
SEGA really cornering that
Angry Bird market.
That market of interesting attitudinal critters who are no longer in vogue.
Have you seen all the Angry Birds OCs? I mean, come on.
No, I'm just teasing, but seriously, that is an interesting acquisition.
Interesting move. Like, yeah.
I mean, I remember Angry Birds was pretty big for a while there.
But
like 10 years ago.
So why did they do it? Here is from the SEGA's official statement.
Sure.
SEGA aims to create synergies with particular focus in the following areas: utilization of Rovio's distinctive know-how in live service mobile game operation to bring SEGA's current and new titles to the global mobile gaming market, where there is large potential and many users can be accessed. So I think this is the big one. They want to make mobile games. It's simple. Without all the corporate speech, it's we want to make mobile games. So we bought a company that makes mobile games and distribute them in the global mobile gaming market. So that's our entry point. Rapid expansion of both companies' fan base by sharing know-how regarding multimedia expansion of global characters. So expect Angry Bird to start showing up in Sonic, because of course it does. Support cross-platform expansion of Rovio's IP using Sega's capabilities. I don't know what Rovio's IPs are. But apparently, Rovio is trying to get away from mobile gaming. So I'm just like, what?
Really?
Like, are we gonna get like what, an Angry Bird RPG? Like, what's going on? Like, but basically, Sega bought Angry Birds
Yeah.
and the company that developed it. So
Bro,
you know,
why would they buy Angry Birds when you can just get that stuff for free? I never paid.
$773 million is a lot of money.
Don't they know that's a free-to-play game? You don't have to buy Angry Birds to... God, Sega.
Okay, so by contrast, I think, I don't know, but I feel like Nordic THQ Nordic.
Yeah, the
Is it
ones that
THQ
Square
Nordic?
sold.
Yeah.
THQ
Well,
Nordic.
whatever their parent company is, they have like a parent company that bought remember they bought something from Square Enix. I'm pretty sure they paid less than $700 million.
Embracer Group, right?
Yeah, oh there you go. Yes. Pretty sure they paid less than 700 million for like Hitman and Lara Croft. So I don't know if $773 million makes sense for Angry Birds and quote unquote know-how in live service mobile game operation.
Well, okay, if you think about it though, Angry Birds has probably got a lot of pull with the younger generation of iPad kids. Angry Birds, to a lot of kids who grew up, babysat by their iPad, probably have really strong memories of that.
Do
of
they
that little
even
catapult
Angry
game.
Birds anymore? Okay, so my nephews is in that age range, I think, and they're playing Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
All playing Roblox.
But there's that brand recognition, right?
Do they really recognize it, or like? But do they care? Is the
Maybe.
773 million worth?
Well, I mean, so
Angry
here's
Birds
the other
the
thing.
way in.
This is also a company who has been steadily milking a franchise, with, DLC and microtransactions for a decade.
True.
I mean, they've probably got, for a Flash game, essentially, they've been printing money at this point for quite a while, being wildly popular as one of the only like recognizable named Android games, except until pretty recently. Like for a while, that was it. It was Flappy
Right.
Bird and Angry Birds. Like, I don't know.
Here, let me read this to you. Embracer Group has entered into an agreement to acquire the development studios Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, and a catalog of IPs including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and more than 50 catalog games from Square Enix Holdings. The total purchase price amounts to $300 million on cash and debt-free basis to be paid full at closing. 300.
So, like you said, 300 million plus they paid off a lot of Square Enix's debts. Remember?
Debt-free basis.
That was part of the negotiations, as I understand it. And I think we talked about that last time. We don't know how much that was.
No, I think Square Enix was using that cash to pay their debts. Not this cash and paying off their debts.
Is that right?
The total purchase price is $300 million on a cash and debt-free basis. And I think that means that the companies comes debt-free. That's not their problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I
So,
don't know. It's a bit weird.
It's an uncomfortable amount of money for Angry Birds. Look, I'm just hoping Sega knows what they're doing.
They bought Atlas, and that's worked out for them so far.
We shall see what happens. But yeah, that's the thing that happened.
How does Sega have this much money?
Okay, we were just talking about that the other day too, where we're like, oh yeah, Sega, like there's all these publishers and developers, and
Yeah.
I guess in our mind, they're just all kind of like sitting in like an equal like operations, right? But it's not the case. Like they're like vastly different in sizes and assets. They're not on the same level. Like
Mhm.
it's I don't know, like a smaller publisher like Nisa, like Nipponichi, right? They're not on the same playing field as Sega
Oh,
or
yeah.
or Square Enix. Square Enix is a behemoth compared to like Nipponichi. They're not the same. They're all publishers, right? But they're
Yeah.
not the same. They're not on the same scale. And it's important for us to remember that these companies have vastly different assets. And Sega's up there. I mean, 700 million, boom, just like that. Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, whatever.
Sonic movie money, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Sonic. Yeah, I can't deny that they actually made a good movie.
Mario
So did
movie.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
More or less. It was all right.
Yeah.
I saw it. Did you see it?
I did. And I didn't watch it. Or the Sonic movie. Oh, I just have I don't have that nostalgia. I didn't care.
Yeah, I do.
Was it good though?
It was all right.
Are we gonna see a review on that?
No,
No?
no. It's not an RPG. If they had more references to Super Mario RPG, then maybe.
Oh, okay.
I'm waiting for the Super Mario RPG the movie. Yeah.
I'm waiting for a new Super Mario RPG.
Gino
Pair
or
up with Square Enix
GTFO?
again. It's gonna be a real-time battle system this time.
Yep. I mean, well, hey, let's go ahead and talk about something else.
yes. Okay. So I can take this one. if you
Oh,
want.
okay, sure. Yeah, you can talk about it too.
This is the rare time that we talk about anime news, and I added it in here because I'm just compelled to talk about this one. Crunchyroll has just announced that they will be adding 7 movies to the platform, 7 anime movies.
Oh,
Okay. And the first, we'll talk about the first 3 because these 3 will come out on April 20th, which of course is a couple of days ago, so they're already out. So you can watch it right now if you have a Crunchyroll account. And that the first movie is The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the movie, Scarlet Bond. So as you guys know, is the slime anime, which I still need to watch. Scarlet Bond, that is. I've watched the rest of it. Is really good. And then there is a pair of movies that they're basically sister movies, if you will, which is called To Every You I've Loved Before. And then the second title is called To Me, the One Who Loved You. It's sister movies because it's basically 2 films that stars the same main character, but it's like a parallel universe kind of deal.
Kind of like Dragon Ball, huh?
Yeah, where
Dragon Ball
like so the splitting point is basically this boy's parents divorced.
Yeah.
And one of the choices, you live with your mother, which is to every you I've loved before, is when he chooses to live with his mother and how his life plays out. And then the other one, he chooses to live with his father, which is To Me, the One Who Loves You. And then you go on and have that sort of like timeline. And you get to see like the difference and contrast and like who matters to this person, how does his life play out. It's a really interesting take. I've heard the art and story is actually really well done. So I'm actually super excited to watch those movies back to back, basically. And you can do all that on Crunchyroll, again, as of the 20th. Now, the next 4 movies will be coming out on the 27th.
Okay.
That's 2 free movie. That's
you don't
the
have to pay?
title. Yeah, free! With the
that
exclamation mark.
free.
Yeah, sorry, that's the title of the anime.
The swimming
Yeah,
show.
it's a swimming anime with lots of hot boys. Yeah, ask your Fujoshi friends; they'll tell you. It's called The Final Stroke Part 1 and Part 2, and those are 2 separate movies. And then there is a Mobile Suit Gundam movie, Mobile Suit Gundam Kukurat's Doan's Island. and it's a weird name, but basically it's I think it's kind of like a couple episodes in the original Mobile Suit Gundam that they've taken and turned into like a modern movie. So I think it's a pretty cool concept. I've not seen it myself, so don't quote me on this one. But it is based on the original Gundam timeline. Last but not least, we have the quintessential quintets movie on
Quintuplets?
anime. Yeah, quintuplets. Sorry, quintuplets movies, which I have not seen. I don't really understand, but it's extremely popular in Japan. So if that's something they've been looking forward to, well, now you can watch the movie on the 27th, only on Crunchyroll.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for covering all of those there, Baku. That about does it for anime, but we do have a few merch things to talk about.
Heck yeah.
So I'll go ahead and snag the first one here, if I may.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of Sonic, huh?
yeah.
We're just talking about Sonic money.
Yeah, speaking of Sonic money, 4 new Sonic the Hedgehog Lego sets are coming out here pretty soon on the Lego online store and other retailers on August 1st of 2023. The 4 sets include Amy's Animal Rescue Island. It's going to be about $50. Sonic's Green Hill Zone Loop Challenge. It's going to be $100. Which is a pretty good deal considering the weight value of of Lego. Sonic Speed Sphere, which is going to be about $35, and Tails Workshop and Tornado Plane for $40. Now, I think, do you have the site pulled up on your side?
I do.
Okay, let's take out a look at what Baku's got on his screen here. Can you zoom in a little bit?
Yes.
There
How
we
about now?
go. Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
better?
great.
Yeah. So this is Amy's Animal Rescue at the Lego store. So it's like $49.99. It comes on August 1st. We were not incorrect. So there you go. This is, and the one that's $100. And we'll just look at that real quick. Yeah, this is the $100 one.
Yep, that's
Green Hill.
It's kind of cool. I mean, it looks like it's definitely got a lot of bespoke pieces that were made by Lego for this.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Lego that
See
probably not
Eggman
going to
over
get
here.
anywhere else. But what's that?
Yeah. Eggman right here in the corner.
Okay, yeah. I
In
can
his
kinda
little
see that.
machine.
That's kind of cool.
But yeah, that's got to be a lot of Sega fans who are also like that like Venn diagram of Lego fan and Sonic fan. I'm sure there are a couple of you out there. So yeah, I mean, pretty cool. I like it when I buy Legos for my nephews. I just think like it's a great toys for kids unless they swallow the pieces, which makes it not so great. But as long as they're old enough to not swallow the pieces, I think Lego is one of the best toys you can get for kids. Just that way they can like use it and like build things and helps them understand like, you know, like physical toys matters, I think.
Kinetic toy, right?
Yeah, kids are just playing too many video games, and I sound like I just sound like an old fart for saying that. Like, hey, you kids been playing your video games. But like, you know what? Like part of the grown-up process, I think physical toys just like helps them develop their brain in a way that like
sure.
I love video games and I encourage kids playing video game, but they gotta offset it with like some kind of physical things that they can touch and play and, you know, change around and, you know, and imagine like a 3D sphere that they can touch and feel. Like it just helps with the mental like development. So definitely recommend it for all you parents out there to look into Legos. They're expensive, but I think they're worth it and they're extremely durable.
Yeah.
I have Lego pieces that I passed down to them from when I played Lego as a child.
Oh, I
They
recently
are
re-inherited
indestructible pieces.
I recently re-inherited my Lego collection from my parents.
What?
So they held on to all of my Legos as a kid, and I finally got a big old tote of them back. And
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's down in my 90s room actually. Busting about every once in a while.
For anyone who's ever stepped on a piece of Lego, you know they're indestructible.
Yeah.
Especially against your foot.
Man, that is
Lego
pretty
wins
cool. If
every
I were to make any sort of critique here about that Green Hill Zone one, I feel like there should be a flat platform on top of the loop with some grass over top. You know.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it looks fine. It looks great.
I want to know, like, I figured it should be like all connected, like he can just like run through the thing,
hmm
That'd be cool.
That would
But
be
I don't
pretty
know.
cool.
Yeah. All
It almost
right.
feels like it should be like a Hot Wheels integration instead, and you just have a custom Sonic that is Hot Wheels, and just doing all the loop de loops. That would be
That would be hilarious.
that would be so awesome.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah, check it out if you're fans of Sonic, man. Definitely.
for
All
sure.
right.
All right. So then, did you want to talk about this next one then?
Yeah, we can talk about it real quick. So so Nintendo announced that Pyra and Myrtha's Amiibos will be released as a double pack on July 21st, 2023.
Oh,
That being said, pre-order has begun already, and
Have they
they
sold
are
out?
already sold out.
oh God.
Did you know it? They are already sold out. But fear not, because here's the thing: they're sold out in GameStop in the US.
Mhm.
They're sold out in Best Buy in Canada,
hmm
and they're sold out on PlayAsia.
Oh,
That being said, there are still retailers that hasn't even started the pre-order yet. Like Best Buy in the US for some reason has not started, but Best Buy Canada is sold out. Why?
okay.
I don't know. So different retailers haven't started the pre-order yet. So keep your eyes out. That's always saying. And I'll try to make tweets as soon as I find out, which I had, and someone was able to get it, and some people weren't so lucky. So follow us on on Twitter. If you guys want to hear some of these stuff, sometimes just look. It could help you out. Okay, I'm just saying. We'll
Yeah.
share the news when we hear it.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Yeah. So we think other retailers will have their pre-orders up. So don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about not getting these. You know what? Here's the thing. I've seen the Zelda ones for the what is it called? The what's the
Oh yeah, the new
latest game?
Link
Tears in the
ones.
Kingdom?
Yeah, Tears
Yeah,
of the
like
Kingdom.
they were sold out for a little bit, and then now they're on sale again. So you just never know. Yeah. So don't fret for anyone who missed it. It was like
Mhm.
5 minutes and like 5 in and out. Like it was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
think that about does it for merch.
That is all for merch.
Now I don't understand this next one, so I'm gonna need you to do some splaining here, Baku. What is
Okay.
this next one here that you have listed?
What? What? Okay. So the final story that we have for today is the days of PS5 scalpers over? Are we finally out the woods? Is it? Are we
I
good?
I, I don't know. I bought my PS5 already, so I guess I don't have to. It's not my problem anymore.
Yeah.
But
So that made it onto the Reddit land. Redditors over at the PlayStation subreddit seems to think so, and that had became a news item for multiple gaming websites. So naturally, I picked it up as well. I'm just like, what? Really? The PSI? And well, in fact, if you look at the availability of PS5 and some of these scalpers who are trying to get rid of them on eBay, yeah, they're having a hard time getting rid of PS5. Really hard times. Because they're selling it for what, as low as I think $400, just trying to get it off their hands. But then
really,
you don't get the same kind of warranty as you do buying it, directly from PlayStation or Best Buy or Amazon. So it's like, is it worth it? Don't you want to see these people suffer? I do.
I do for sure.
If you're a scalper
Okay.
and you're stuck with a bunch of PS5s, yeah, that's kind of your problem.
Okay, don't check out the buy it now prices, guys, because I just popped on over to eBay just to take a quick look. Switch to the auctions ending soonest here.
Mhm.
There's one here that ends in 10 minutes. Bidding is currently at 315. Let me see what are the sold listings looking like for the auctions that have ended. That's what I really want to know.
Like I guarantee you they made out with way more money than
Then they're
they're
gonna lose.
losing. Yeah.
Here's, oh my god. Okay, that's the most recently ended PS5 digital edition as of right now, sold for $240 plus 90 shipping. So $330. Here's another
Yeah.
one, a used copy, a used one for 300. Oh,
Yeah.
here's
see?
one that sold for $420.
I mean, technically, it's still cheaper than getting it from the store, and like I'd say let them rot,
Oh yeah,
let them,
let them
but
suffer.
yeah, let them suffer. But also, they're not really suffering. They're gonna do this again. They made
Oh yeah,
way more money off of people buying PS5s for like $800, $900.
yeah.
They don't care. They can lose $100, $200 here. They made
Oh yeah,
way more
oh yeah.
scalping.
Yep.
Yeah, don't feel bad for them.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. But anyway, so I guess the days of scalping for PS5 is finally over. We're finally done with that phase. I mean, scalping for GPU plummeted really quickly.
Yeah, I actually
Yeah.
got a GTX 2070 a couple weeks ago. It's been doing pretty nice. You know, it's
Yeah.
not too bad. 8
Yeah,
gigs of VRAM and my editing software is very happy about it, and I can do
Nice.
all kinds of cool RTX things now.
I figured you would have gone for a 3070, but
Well, you know, you underestimate how cheap I am.
I would have thought that you would have gone for a 3070. But yeah, guys, go get your PS5. You're free. You're out the woods. Just don't buy from scalpers. That's all we're saying. Just don't be buying from scalpers, man. Let them die. Let them
Yeah.
keep all the PS5 in their
Let
drawers.
them
and
choke on it. Let them
yeah,
choke on their
on
own inventory, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Well,
Basically.
that about does it for all of the news topics for today, everybody. So thank you all so much. But we
Thank you.
we do have some super chats that have been steadily rolling on in here. So
Okay.
that was the part where we get to start responding to some of these super chats.
Let's do it.
Starting things off, nice positive message here from Kansad, who says,
Hey,
"Love the show, guys. Thanks." Well,
thank you.
well, thank you. Yeah, we love the
Yeah.
show too, and it means a lot to have so many people out there watching. 114 people just hanging around, listening to me spout off about the news and stuff I barely understand myself. It's great. I love y'all. Thank you.
Hmm.
No, but I'm Ron Burgundy. Let's see. We got another super chat here from Massive Rickan. I
Mhm.
hope I said that correctly there, who says, finally got a chance to catch you guys live. Derek found your channel
Hey.
fairly recently, and your voice and views on RPGs are some of my favorite content. Oh.
So okay, so
And
that was the message to you because they mentioned voice, like so Derek's voice. Okay, that's what it is, right?
well,
Uh,
I mean, some people probably like your voice too, Baku. I enjoy your voice. I find
I'm sure that there
It's
are
great.
people who it's the same people who likes people farting in their faces. It's that same demographic.
I don't think so. I think you do yourself a disservice, sir. Let's see. Then we got this one here from Bring Back Fluffy Dogs, who says,
Hey.
what I hear is don't keep the Zelda OLED sealed for resale 20 years from now. Got it. Talking about the battery situation. And I think that that's a valid takeaway.
Mhm.
Buying sealed Switches is not going to make a whole lot of sense in 6 months.
Mm. Yeah,
6 months after
selling
their
was
production.
hot.
Yeah.
Selling was hot. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. Just gotta, or otherwise, just get really good at performing battery swaps on Switches if you want to be a
Only
collector.
the Switch.
Yep, just Switches.
Just the Switch.
Flippy Dogs goes on to say, none of the many Square Enix mobile games are making up for their losses in games or NFT investments. I don't look at their quarterly earnings reports.
Yeah, I haven't seen the quarterly. I mean, not quarterly, the annuals. The annual should have came out in February. I don't
Oh.
remember seeing it. I could dig it up. Actually, yeah, but a little investigative journalism for me later.
Yeah, write that down.
But
That could be interesting.
yeah, they. I mean, last year was probably not a good year for them.
I mean, it's the NFT investments that they've made, hypothetically, like if they were going to see returns on those, wouldn't be until it would be now. It'd be after they started pumping out NFTs, and it seems like they've only done 2. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, so what other two? I mean, there's that
There was
cloud
the
figure.
figure, yeah, and I think there was
there
some other one,
another
right?
figure?
Hmm? There was
there
the cloud
another
figure. Yeah, a
Yeah,
cloud
the
figure.
cloud figure I remember. What else did they do?
And that's all I remember. But I'm sure that they've done another one, surely. And obviously, that's not going to offset all of their investments.
Yeah.
Because that was tied to an actual good they were selling too.
Yes.
So
with $20 add-on for the NFT.
yeah, I don't know, man.
Man, yeah, it's like, boy, if you want to spend an extra $20 for a thing that you own, then sure, let's add that $20 in and get yourself an NFT to celebrate this, monumental occasion of Square Enix first NFT. And just, yay.
Hooray, the beginning of the end.
I love how NFTs like all but dead, and they're just like, no, that's still the future. You're just like not like 4D chesting this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm still waiting. Oh man. All right. Fluppy Dogs also says, all I see looking at your two faces, is the future live streams of Breath of Fire 1 through 4 collection on the Switch physically. Will this happen in 2023 or 2024? Spill.
Oh, definitely not 23.
Also, where's the Suikoden 1 and 2 physical pre-order? Love you both. That's a good question.
Is there a physical?
I don't know. Good question.
I thought it was digital only.
Did they ever specify if it was physical or digital?
Let me look that up while you keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and make my predictions. Let's see. Breath of Fire 1 through 4 collection coming to Nintendo Switch U, the new Nintendo Switch U on in 2026.
Switch U.
The new Nintendo Switch U. Yep.
Okay.
In 2026. For and it's going to be physical. But unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be. Let's see. What else can I? How can I spoil this? Unfortunately, it's going to be sold out before anybody can actually buy it.
In like 2 days, it's done.
Yep. That's the sad thing. That's my best guess. Suikoden 1 and 2. Man, a physical pre-order would be really nice. I don't know, man.
I see. Okay, so I do see a Switch physical thing on at Play Asia. Whether
like a pre-order?
or not, no, pre-order is not open yet, but I do see it on Play Asia. You want to switch my screen real quick?
Oh, yeah, I could do that. There.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Play Asia.
Okay, so they're planning on
1 and
it.
2. Maybe this could be a leak.
Well,
because they have never actually said that they would do a physical copy.
What does that art look like? That's interesting. Is that?
This is Switch.
Yeah.
Preliminary picture.
So I wonder if that's just a placeholder they put together, though, in anticipation.
Because they've been told that there's a physical copy, though?
Or just anticipation. Like, I mean, like they opened up pre-orders for, remember the PS4 version of the Final Fantasy Pixel remasters, and then they took them down. So who knows? I mean, who
knows?
I wouldn't take that as a source of truth,
That is true. I don't see anywhere else that talks about a physical copy. Like any other reputable place that talks about physical copy. The only one I'm seeing is
Play Asia.
Play Asia, yeah.
Okay. But let's hope that it becomes a reality, though, because I mean that'd be pretty sweet,
right?
So Fluppy Dogs has a few more messages here.
Okay.
They say, I recently got the Atelier Dusk and Mysterious trilogies, as well as the Chemco Volume 2 for Switch. What are the latest RPG treasures that you've acquired? I have I actually got very lucky, and I didn't pre-order. I ordered the limited edition of Trails of Cold Steel 4 for PlayStation
Ooh.
4, uh, and I got it for a pretty good price from PlayAsia,
Mm.
the PAL Territory release, because everything else was sold out.
Mhm.
And I got it at like a retail price.
Oh wow.
So I'm pretty excited about that pickup. And I looked at it again. Now they still have some physical copies of the normal release, but
Mhm.
the limited edition has sold out, and it's sitting
Wow.
behind my desk waiting for me to open it up right now.
Oh.
I'm very excited about that.
Are you
So,
gonna open it on stream when you get to 4?
well, I've actually got a big pile of boxes back there that I'm gonna be opening up. I think I have 2 more packages I'm gonna wait to arrive.
Mhm.
Maybe one. Oh gosh, I don't know. Should I wait for Valimar to see if it arrives and then open that up too and do like a one big video of just
Well,
unboxing like
it
100
will
things?
arrive.
I
You can
know.
split up the content. I mean,
I don't know. We'll see.
hmm.
I just want to make it like the biggest, like, yeah. It's cool.
The newest treasure that I have acquired. Well, one is a certain character from a game that I've never played before came in. And
Oh. Do I know which one it is? I bet I do.
it's
Starts with an
from
R.
it's from Trails.
Uh-huh.
It's from Crossbow. It's from the
Yeah,
Crossbow
yeah.
art.
It
A
starts with
certain figure
an
came
R.
in. Starts with an R. Could be. Could be. Could be.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting.
It's a very nice figure. It's
Mm.
very nice figure for a game that I've never played. But I said that I would get it, and I did it. So there you go.
Alrighty.
It is from Kotobukiya, as you guys know. They're making basically all the Trails figures. All the characters who matter is all Kotobukiya. So for all you Trails fans, just make sure you remember that name.
Kotobukiya. Got it.
Kotobukiya, yeah. Now that's the one that came in. I've also luckily been able to make the purchase for Pyra Myrtha. Thank you for someone who tweeted at me on Twitter. I thank you. I don't remember the person like right off the top of my head, but someone heeded to my call when I mentioned months ago that I'm like, look, if you see this go on sale, I
That's
want you
right.
to spam tweet me. And they didn't spam me, but they did tweet at me. They're like,
Good.
do it. And I'm like, okay, on it. Did it, bought it, made a post about it, came back 5 minutes, sale was gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I barely. So there you go. That's like the treasure that I made it into getting is the Pyra Myrtha amiibo.
That's awesome, dude. So,
Yeah.
Fluffy Dogs also says, not joking at all, my PS5 collects the most dust of all of my consoles. There just aren't many games pushing me to use it. Final Fantasy
true.
16 might change that.
That's true.
I have used my PS5 exclusively for like the past 3 or 4 months now, because it's been my PS4 now playing the Trails games.
That's true.
I've been
That's
getting
true. That's true.
I've been getting some demos, you know, like Forspoken, the Star Ocean game. You know, there's a lot of newer stuff that I've been playing through on my PS5, and it's just been working really nicely.
It's a really good machine. That it is.
For if you have need of a good PS4 that is better than, you know, a regular PS4, if you have need of a PS5, it does a good job. Yeah, and it's fast. The load times are really nice and low.
I just like the consistent frame rate whenever it's available.
Yeah, that too.
Whenever it's available. That's just nice. Yeah, but overall it's a pretty good buy. It's definitely a luxury item. It's definitely not there has I guess the point is that there hasn't been a lot of games that's like PS5 only that compels you to get the system. It's mostly, yeah, I mean, it plays this game better, but you could still play it on your PS4 if you have one. It's always been like that, which is unfortunate because PS5 is a great machine. It's just pandemic hasn't done well to lower its prices. It should
Yeah.
be on massive discount by now on a regular life cycle.
Yeah.
With like a PS5 Slim probably already coming out.
And it sounds like
right?
there's already
Yeah.
PS5 Slim rumors.
There has been rumors.
They started coming out around the time I bought my PS5. I'm like, no, but I'm kind of glad.
I really feel like they won't, or at least I feel like that's not a good play.
I kind of like the gigantic PS5, honestly. Like, I like the style. I like the aesthetic. It's crazy.
I mean, at this point, PS5 is starting to date itself too, which is insane. Because it feels like PS5 just came out yesterday because the pandemic, the sense of time is just all like messed up.
Mhm.
If you really think about it, like
Yeah.
they should probably just spend money on PS6 and forget about PS5 at this point. Just like, why, rehash this thing,
How dare you, Baku? I just got my PS5. Don't bring that evil on me. I have to enjoy this thing first.
Oh,
Let
this
me
was
be-
in PS6 announcement.
But seriously, yeah,
Yeah.
it's been out for a little while, but man, I just got one. let me enjoy being on
And
the
we're
edge.
all very proud of
bleeding
you for
edge.
that.
So here's another one from
Mhm.
Fluffy Dogs who says,
Okay.
I don't want to end on a sour note. Do you both have PO boxes which someone could theoretically send surprises? I do.
I do not.
I don't use it very often. And you can find the address on the about page of my YouTube channel. It's like PO Box 955 something or other. I think that's right. But check there first. But let me know if you do ever decide to send me something because I never check it. And if something sits there and if it doesn't fit into my tiny PO box, they will return to shipper if I don't check it within like a week.
Okay, what if you have a bunch of stuff and like no one told you and it's just sitting in there and you
I
just
I do
never
check it every once in a while, but you gotta tell me if you send me something. Because otherwise it's not just a spot I can like walk down the road or something. It's like I gotta make an outing to get there. So
Okay, gotcha.
but do you have a PO box, Baku?
I thought about getting one, and then I realized that the chance of people sending me things is so low that it just doesn't
Make financial sense.
doesn't make sense financially. So I'm just like, I'm just not gonna get one.
Well,
but hey,
if somebody wants to send something to Baku, you can send it to me and I'll forward it to Baku. And
that works.
yeah,
If Derek doesn't mind doing it.
yeah. If Baku doesn't mind paying the shipping for me to send it to you.
I think paying the shipping from you to send
It's
something
probably
to me is
cheaper
still
than the
cheaper
PO
than
box.
exactly right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like $100 a year for me to get the smallest box I could. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it still hurts. All right. So great questions. Thank you. Thank you, Fluffy. And Eagle Knight says, awesome podcast tonight, guys.
Mhm.
Well, thank you
you
for
so
the
much for
awesome
that.
comment tonight, Eagle Knight.
Yeah.
Very much appreciated.
Thank you so much for that.
Man, it has been an episode and a half. I mean, it's finally we've hit another one of these like over 2 hour long episodes. Oh gosh, Eagle Knight just sent another one. It says, "Go grab the mail, Derek. Check your PO box." Oh jeez. Okay.
You know what's effective? Shame him on Twitter.
Yeah,
At
shame,
some point he
shame
will
me into
do it.
checking my PO box. Yes,
At some point he will do it.
I actually do have a couple things arriving this week that I'm keeping an eye out for. So, but if
Okay.
anybody sends anything else, let me know. Like, give me a tracking number or something so I can, make sure it's, doesn't just sit around and get sent away.
Yes.
For real, I would feel
real,
so
for
bad.
real.
I would feel really
For
bad.
real, for real.
But that is about it for today's episode, everybody. If you are new here and if you liked what you saw, be sure to get subscribed here on YouTube so you'll see us when we go live again next weekend. I think, yeah, you're gonna be here in town, right, Baku? We're on for next weekend.
We'll see.
We'll see.
No,
Okay.
I'm definitely here. No, I'm
Okay.
definitely here. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
Alrighty.
So have a great night, everybody. Well, give the video or podcast episode a like on whatever platform you are enjoying it on, and we will talk to you all in the next one. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.